Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Sam and I make videos about makeup, chronic illness, and whatever I want. And today I want to talk about my 2025 no buy, or honestly just an indefinite no buy. I do plan on continuing to make these videos every year, but this is going to just be an ongoing no buy for the foreseeable future. This year really changed how I approach beauty and my consumption of beauty. I found myself looking at makeup through more of an artistic lens, and this was through some open challenges I did and just really focusing on my consumption habits and what it is that I like about makeup and what I was getting out of it. I have truly narrowed down my preferences for brands and products, and I no longer have the desire of trying new things out. It's pretty much like, I like this brand, I know they're reliable, so that's just what I'm going to purchase. I was planning on doing an indefinite low buy, but like I said, my ideas behind consumption really changed over the last year, and with the potential impending tariff issue and brands already announcing that they're raising the prices, to really put into focus how I want to spend my money moving forward. I really want to make sure my spending stays balanced and it doesn't increase with increasing costs, but honestly, I would like my spending to decrease in general. I love makeup, I'll always love makeup, and there will always be new things that come out that interest me that I may pick up, but overall, I really decided how I want to allocate my fun money, and it isn't just growing my collection anymore. This year was a non-strict no buy. I think I mentioned in that video that I don't want to go too far with a no buy and risk restriction leading to binging when I decide it's up or a sale actually happens. It was definitely more focusing on resisting FOMO, resisting, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like buying things because I'd be afraid of missing it. I really wanted to put thought into, why do I want this? What is it going to add to my collection? Is this something that I'm truly going to enjoy? I won't look at this indefinite no buy as restriction anymore because I don't feel like I'm fully denying myself anything. If there's something I really, really want, I will get it. But I just realized over the last year, I don't want nearly as much as I used to, or at least what I had convinced myself that I wanted. I am just really specific in the things I want to add. The one thing that helped was rediscovering what got me into beauty in the first place, which is nails. I discovered new brands and added new colors to my collection once I discovered fast dry top coat, and it wasn't taking like 100 years for my nails to dry. I now paint my nails at least once a week, sometimes twice depending, and it just really made me realize that I want to use my stuff, and it isn't just about acquiring new things. It's, what does this add to my collection? Am I excited to use it with products I already have? And why is the fun of beauty no longer just having fun with art? Like, I did some little dots on my nails. I'm experimenting with nail art. I'm just at a point where I love admiring and using and appreciating the stuff I have without getting caught up in new is more fun or new is better necessarily, or new is innovative, because it isn't always. I have so much content planned for this upcoming year. I'm really excited about utilizing the things I have, tutorials on, you don't need this specific palette, these are just colors, how to work with colors to create eye looks. I have a few fun projects I'm excited to start with my collection, and I think I'm going to start my first project pan. I have a palette that I would really like to work through this year, so I'm looking into different project pans that I think I would like to start. Now, this is a hobby that is more or less impossible to avoid overconsumption, right? Like, it is just a consumable hobby. It's something that you use, it expires, you use it up, so on and so forth. However, we can all be a lot more conscious with how we're consuming. Part of my personal growth is really just pushing back against the need to consume and really evaluating how and why I'm doing it. I really have been focusing on reframing my mindset regarding beauty. I love what I have and it deserves to be used. It deserves to be used up. It deserves to have the spotlight on my content. I have spent good money on this and they're great products. So rather than just adding more, I really want to focus on just showing my appreciation for my stuff by using it and showing it love. I invite everyone to do the same, and maybe it's not a no buy, maybe it's a low buy, or maybe it's just reframing your mindset of, why do I want this new release? I think beginning anywhere is a great idea, and it has just been really enjoyable to get back to the roots of why I started enjoying makeup in the first place. When I started finding my love for beauty, there were only maybe 2 releases a year, you know, a fall and winter collection and a spring collection. Usually that included nails as well. So it's easy to get overwhelmed and it's easy to get caught up in the new when there's releases like once a month minimum. But I really want to just get back to pretending it doesn't exist. Like, I don't have to have every release. I don't even have to look at every release, you know? Here are my guidelines for 2025. I think, like I said, I'm going to do these videos every year, but my guidelines are going to change every year. So the first one is specifically last year, if you remember, I had a SpongeBob or a Halloween IP. Well, I got my Halloween IP and I waited until Black Friday when it went on sale. I never got a SpongeBob IP, but I realized I don't just want any SpongeBob IP because somebody did it, but I don't know who the brand was. I want Glamlite SpongeBob. If it's not Glamlite SpongeBob, I'm just not interested. I don't know if they'll ever do it, but if they do, I'm giving myself permission to purchase it. Now, this, I have it phrased a bunch of different ways because I don't know, and I really should have hammered it down before I started filming, but I was just so back and forth on it. So I have it as Hoda royalty sale, which will happen around my birthday, so it will be part of my birthday gift. Black Friday sale, question mark, Mooncat, question mark. And then I kind of want to try new nail polish brands, specifically ILNP, Cadillacquer, and Starly. So I would maybe like to try that during Black Friday. So these would be part of my gifts, and I don't know. Maybe I'll talk myself out of it, but I will do the Hoda royalty sale just because there are things like I want to get top coat. You know, there's still some colors that I sort of have like bare spots in my collection that I would like to add some things to. Not necessary, but again, I'm not doing a complete beauty ban here. It's just I really want to be conscious about it, and these are things I've thought about for the last year. So Hoda is my favorite nail polish brand. The ones that I want to try, I know I mentioned I'm not interested in trying new formulas. There are specific nail polish formulas that have been on my wish list that I thought about trying this year, but I decided against it just because I had allocated funds for other things. These things, if I decided to do them, would be included in part of a gift, so it wouldn't, I guess, necessarily be going against my no buy, but some of these indie brands like Cadillacquer and Starly, like the releases are limited, so that could be outside of one of these windows, but that is just something I have on here that I'm not exactly sure. I need to figure it out before I make my infographic on how I'm going to phrase this exactly. And my last one is replacements. Of course, I go through brow gel, I go through mascara like every few months, probably like every 3 or 4 months. Is mascara, how long can you keep mascara? Is that 3 months or 6 months? Thought I heard it's 3 months. Anyway, I go through those products frequently. I semi go through shampoo and skincare frequently. So those things I will repurchase, but you know, I don't need eyeshadow palettes. The one exception there is SpongeBob, right? Now, I want to be very mindful, I want to be very conscious, and I want to take time to think about, why do you want this? What is it adding to your collection? Do you have anything that is even remotely similar to where once it's on your eyes, you really won't be able to tell the difference? I don't want to fall into FOMO purchases, and I did really good with that last year, but I want to do better. I mentioned in my last video, one of my to-do list things is I would like to go 6 months this year, not consecutively, but 6 months out of 12 where I don't buy anything, including repurchases. I think this will be a fun little challenge. Like I said, I don't feel like it's a restriction to where I'm going to binge once a different month comes, because I'm just happy with what I have. So if it isn't super unique and it isn't something that really makes me excited to add to what I have, then I don't want to spend the money, because my fun money can be allocated to other things that I'm currently interested in, like getting my hair done or jewelry, you know. I will do my 6 months check-in in June, where I'll go over where I'm at that point and see if I want to reevaluate any of my guidelines. Like if the SpongeBob palette came out, then obviously I can remove that from my guidelines and see if there's something else I want to put in its place. I'll also do the yearly wrap up as usual, but this will be ongoing. It's indefinite. I don't know that I'll ever change it. I could get more strict as time goes on to where I next year decide I'm not buying anything but replacements. We'll see how it goes. You know, there are things that I would love to have. Like, I would love to get more Clionadh shadows. Like, these are so great. I'm wearing one on my lids today. Like, these are some of my most used shimmers right now. So, you know, that is something that maybe I want for my birthday. Right now, it's not even on my radar. It's just different now. I'm happy to say that it's different. I have just, it's very weird to say because nobody's making you buy anything, right? But you almost feel like there's this pressure to have new stuff because everyone has new stuff. And it's almost like removing that pressure, and you're just like, oh, I can just like makeup. I don't have to like buying makeup. I can just like using makeup, and it doesn't matter. I think one of the things that really gets to you, which I have a video that I've been working on the script for, about like influencers and like, oh, I have to get rid of this because it was limited edition. I can't use this on my channel, so on and so forth. And I think consciously or not, we take that in, and it's just like, well, I need new stuff because all anyone is talking about is the new stuff. It doesn't matter how old it is, if it was limited edition, if it was discontinued, because like if you're just showing someone how to apply colors, you know, like you could, like my eye look, you could use any purples, you could use any shimmers. I'm just showing you how to apply and how to shape and the depth and things like that. It doesn't matter what colors you're using, you can swap in any color. But I think when that is the media we're consuming, it's really easy to also feel like, well, I can't use this because nobody else is using it, or I can't use this because it's discontinued. When does it matter? Because I don't want to convince everyone to buy the things that I'm buying. When I list the products in the description of anything, it's more so, here are the colors I use, or this is my shade of foundation in case you think we're like the same color. You can, you know, find your shade match, or you want to recreate this look. You can look up the palette and be like, these are colors that look similar to these colors that I already have. It definitely isn't encouraging anyone to buy the things I have, especially because like this, for example, Mercury Retrograde was discontinued like early last year. I don't even think you can get your hands on it anymore. But there is some sense of relief and peace and lack of pressure to just being like, you know what? I don't care what's being released. I don't care what's new. This is just a hobby that I love, and I'm gonna enjoy it. That is where I'm going into 2025. That's where I'm going with my purchases. We will check in June and see how I'm feeling, if I want to change anything. And yeah, I'm excited to get the year started. If you're doing any of this, let me know down below, and I will see you in my next video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.